It is not a poultry where you can manage human beings. What I see is that our government will sit down with people to know that what LAUTECH is today. A committee will be set up to determine our nation in the state government. How do we move forward? But we must be concerned on the fact that we are training future Nigerians, and that when you are training them, they are not only going to compete in Osun State, they are going to compete in Nigeria and in the whole world.
Thank you very much. Honorable Benedict Oluboyega-Alabi, what will be your team's solution to the challenges bedeviling our higher institutions in Osun State?
Thank you. I want us to know that the government that lay emphasis on education most, Osun State is number one. Nigeria-wide, it's not only in the Western world. Consider the structure that the government has built up, so that we can have it all started from scratch. Because what we had before were those institutions, and that's the primary level, secondary level, or the tertiary institutions. And for you to have a formidable growth, you need to start from scratch sometimes, because the nature was in the shambles, very clean, and they have invested so much in education. Therefore, they will not leave any stone untouched. Let's look about LAUTECH we're talking about here. The LAUTECH we're talking about here, if we have been following issues, we see that a lot of the things the elders described in Nigeria are the things that are exploited. The issue now is the manpower and the cycle of the school itself. We need to know that what government gives to schools, kind of funding and aids, subventions, but it's not that total bill. We pay that government. And when they're asking for increases in school fees, the school, rather the government board are not thinking out of the box to ensure that meeting their cost through aids, through international funding, are being sorted. We cannot singularly fund education. Education is not only the job of government. The government takes part in education, and now we build up the primary level, we build up the secondary level, and we are also to education. If we go to the technical school we are talking about today, they are under massive innovation, because one of the key factors, the key objective of the government of Osun State is to ban unemployment. And to ban unemployment, you need to empower people to go to the self-starters and self-funding. Therefore, we are putting so much money on our education.
Thank you very much. Professor Adeolu Duroto, what will be the ADP's answer to the LAUTECH question alongside other educational institutions we have here?
Thank you. It's often said that if you want to destroy a nation, you don't even need atomic bomb anymore. Destroy education. And that is what is happening in Osun State. Posterity will not forgive us if we allow this to continue. With respect to LAUTECH, we need to have a conscious effort to redefine our partnership with Oyo State on this issue. We need to bring in the alumni, we need to bring in all the stakeholders, and within 1 month of being in government, we must be able to resolve this. We must know how to proceed with respect to LAUTECH. We cannot continue to allow our students to rot away. So that issue is and then after this meeting, within 1 month of being in government, we know how to proceed with LAUTECH issue. But I must assure you, we will not leave any issue angry. This issue of LAUTECH, we must sincerely discuss it. We must reach a conclusion and see whether we will proceed with this partnership. Anything that we will do that will jeopardize the future of our children will not be acceptable to Action Democratic Party. With respect to other tertiary institutions, they are on strike. Why are they on strike? I've studied the different visitation panels, the panel reports that visited the schools. The government in power now, they've not done anything about the visitation panel reports. There have been some wonderful recommendations. We look at those visitation panel reports and we try to execute the ones that will bring the tertiary institutions back on track. The technical and vocational education is suffering because Ire Polytechnic is not working, the one in SRK is not working, and these two institutions are expected to drive our industrialization and the economy. We must get them to work.
Thank you very much. Justice Olamide Oloyede, would you consider merging some of these higher institutions? We have two colleges of education, two polytechnics, and then we have one that is jointly funded by the Osun State government, also Osun State University. What would be your answers to some of these questions?
I definitely will not consider merging any of our institutions. I already said that education is a vehicle for development. And Osun State actually yearns for sustainable progressive development. Each community is entitled to develop. Therefore, merging is not an option for my principal and I at all. The ADC is going to be an administration that takes responsibility for its actions and does not pass the buck. If you institute a board that is not delivering on its objective, it is your responsibility to dissolve that board and replace it with a more proactive one. In as far as education in Osun is concerned, there is problem at all levels. Students of Ladoke Akintola have already approached me and I've told them that the university is supposed to be an ivory tower. You are supposed to solve problems, not create more. Therefore, once my principal and I come on board, which I'm sure will be soon, we are going to put you on one side, the student, the management on the other. With us, just as moderators, you have a problem. Tell us how you solve it. We don't want to just produce certificate. We want to produce globally competitive education, an education that drives our development. Therefore, LAUTECH's problem is going to be solved by the student, because we can't have business administration department, public administration department in our universities if the student cannot solve problems. Therefore, they are going to solve that problem with us just being moderator who asks, what is your problem? Management. Student, what do you think the problem is? Where are they here? Then we moderate. And they agree. We've already set up a think tank already that is looking at revamping our education. Education is not about structure. It's not about packaging. We all know that all that glitter is not good. Therefore, we are going to commence by a redevelopment of our curriculum at all levels. Then we are going to train and retrain those who are to impart.
Thank you very much. Well, we'll move on to infrastructure this time, and it is generally accepted that for any economic development to take place, you have to have strong infrastructural backing, and the present administration has been applauded time and again for its efforts at building the state's infrastructure. Now, with what is on ground, Honorable Albert Adiogu, do you believe that Osun still needs an infrastructural revolution? And beyond rhetorics, how would your government, if elected into office, go about achieving this?
You know very well, Mr. Moderator, that infrastructure is very key to economic development. When you are talking of infrastructure, there are many areas you have to touch. Everything, for instance, the hospital. If you go to hospitals, there are no wrong hospitals. Not only in terms of structure, in terms of equipment. Our roads are not there. There are no rural areas, where our farmers can bring in their commodities into the town. The infrastructure in Osun today is calling for attention. It is not trying to build big overhead in the state capitals that you assigned development. It goes beyond that. A visitation to many areas, including schools. You only see schools that are built in certain areas that you think the state is only developing the infrastructure of the schools. No! That is for passerby. So when you go beyond that, you find out that our government, by budget number 27, we are going to ensure that our infrastructure system is improved. It's a situation where we have within 100 days all the potholes will be filled. Now we can start government today in Nigeria because we are prepared for it. We have had experience in governance and we can start today and do the same thing. We are agreed now as we speak that we need funding in a manner that can improve our infrastructure. And again, we must remove corruption. Value for kilometers in Osun today is unimaginable. And more so that local content will approach.
Thank you very much. Mr. Yamila, one of the SDP, do you believe that this state still needs an infrastructural revolution of what is on ground? and how would you go about it beyond rhetorics?
Yeah, thank you. Infrastructure is going to be one of the core areas that we're going to invest in. We must open up the economy of the state. We must ensure that we invest massively in infrastructure of education, in healthcare provision, and we must ensure that we invest on physical social services, places like road, all the intercity roads are very bad as we speak. We must ensure that we open up Ilisha to Osogbo, we open up Osogbo to Ife, we open up Ife to Ikire to ensure interrelationship within the cities for economic advancement. And we must equally ensure that we open up all our rural areas where farm produces are coming out from. We must open up the rural areas in such a way that they will be available, the market produce will be available at a reasonable level. But then another thing is we must ensure that we invest hugely in agriculture. We have to open up a show state on agriculture. We must invest in fertilizers, we must invest in silos, we must invest in storage facilities. Now, if we move to aviation, APC government has invested a lot of money in aviation. At what advantage? At what cost? Look at the kind of roads they are constructing right now. There's a bridge at Bobo Junction. At what cost and at what advantage? So for the infrastructures that we are going to invest on, we must prioritize rights. We don't have so much fund, but we must ensure that the little fund we have, we prioritize right and ensure that whatever we are investing on is going to have direct and immediate impact on the economy of the state and on everybody here in the state. Thank you.
Thank you. Justice Olamioro of the ADC. Infrastructure development, how would your team go about it?
Well, you can actually not separate development from infrastructure, the provision of infrastructure. You recall, I need to draw attention to the fact that you cannot write the history of Osun development without acknowledging the impact of my principal, Alhaji Fatai Akinbade, who is almost the first commissioner for works in the state, and who has contributed immensely to its development. He's a current registered civil engineer who knows his onions and who knows how to develop roads at minimal cost, not at the gargantuan cost that a road is now being constructed. I hear it's in the region of $1 billion for a kilometer. That is outrageous. We can develop more. We need to. Why should the road leading to Ife, Orisu, our source, Yoruba source, be in such state of disrepair to begin with? We have made budget provision for the APC government administration made provision for Orile to Lagos, which will make us able to access Lagos without having to go to the rigor of the Lagos-Ibadan Express. Nothing happened. The airport is just a landing for cows and other animals. We need to develop our export processing, our free trade zone, which can enable us provide job for our teenage youth, has to be finished so that we can start manufacturing, we can attract investment, foreign investment, so that our teenage youth can be empowered, they can have employment. We also need to take roads into the rural areas. The Iwo Road, Osogbo Road is in a state that is unbelievable. Iwo axis has totally been neglected. We need to repair that road. We need to do the Ife Road. The road leading from Ilesha to Ilase is in the state of abandon.
Thank you. Professor Adeoludu, infrastructural development. How would the ADP government, if elected into office, go about it?
Thank you. One of the cardinal programs of Action Democratic Party is to create jobs through private initiatives and provide to bring in investors. You need an enabling environment, and part of that is to build infrastructures. I want to tell you today that no single road leading to Osogbo is good. Look at Ilesha to Osogbo. Look at Ikire to Osogbo. Look at Iwo to Osogbo. And millions and billions of naira have been taken as loans to build these roads. Where is that money? It's gone down the drain. Look at the airport. When someone came in, a company came in to take over that airport and discovered that 3.5 billion naira had been spent. And when the valuation was done, it was discovered that that airport as it is not even worth 1 billion naira. the investor ran away. So number one, look at the airport. We are going to do concession it through a transparent bidding process, so that airport will be completed in good time, and then it will open up our economy. Secondly, all these roads leading to the state capital and all other roads that will open up our economy must be done. Thirdly, rural electrification is very key, so that agriculture will come up, youth will be encouraged to go to the farms. The farm settlements will be, repaired, will be renovated to ensure that youths go to the farm and agriculture will come up. So we need to ensure that all the potholes, look, you don't need to keep building roads. How do you maintain the existing roads? There's going to be, you see, when you travel, you see youth, mending the roads.
Thank you, Professor.
We need to encourage them.
Thank you very much. Honorable Benedict Oluboyehalabi, your administration is recommended time and again for infrastructural development, but then your co-debaters here have just picked some holes in these developments. Tell me, do you still believe that Osun, with what you've done, still needs infrastructure revolution, and how would you go about it?
Thank you. One thing that gives my heart is that everybody here is talking about infrastructure as a component of development. And we believe that it's highly essential for growth to take place, which means that we need everything first. And two, I also want you to know that the Council of Administration, in roads, all roads belong to state government. Talk about, this is a federal road. And even the one we are doing it's still a federal road, but go find it very necessary to do that, because it's equal to the world. So when we are talking about government road being left on down, it is not everything can do at the same time. And I can agree, on the July, I've done 2,000 kilometers of roads. One is still up, and it's an engineer. Two, we need to look at quality of things that have been produced. We are talking about roads here. You go to the solar unit in Taleoko. Those are what I've done in 2010. And that education. It's no longer there today. All the roads that are done with the pre-government, we are reviewing them. So we're talking about, let's do quality things that are sustainable, stuff that will live after us, and can start 40, 50 years. But what we're having here are shadows. So the government of education, when we are talking about cost has to go with values. When we are doing quality things, the price surely will be different for the shadow activities. We also talk about the economy, immediate results. 2 years ago, down the line, Sofra came to Osun State, and they couldn't settle that conflict because they said the environment could not take them. But now they are rushing to come to Osun State because they see that the environment is ready for them to thrive. That is an achievement of government. We talk about the airport. Who's telling you is 1 billion? See, we are at our level to go above rumor. We should integrate issues.
All right, thank you very much. Well, we'll take another commercial break at this time. When we return, I'll be asking you a question before I hand over to my co-moderator Diane here about what would be the priority projects of your administration if you're elected into office within the first year. In talking about infrastructure, the roads, which roads would you consider to be priority projects? We'll take this commercial and we're back.
Osun Choices 2018. Soon it begins. An epic battle between different ways of seeing the world. But whose job is it to keep the peace on election day? Find out in this year's action-packed blockbuster, the Osun State election. To find out more, visit votenotfight.org for more on your choices as a voter and getting your PDC. Or call 0800-1000-500. Make the right choice for Osun State. A message produced with support from NDI, USAID, and UKAID. Osun Choices 2018. To find out more, visit votenotfight.org for more on your choices as a voter and getting your PDC. Or call 0800-1000-500. Make the right choice for Osun State.
Think this machine not the only so clothes. They put food for people table plus roof for their head. Open your own shop, maybe 2 sets, even 3. If it waka up and down for fashion show, go different countries and continents. But you also fit so only clothes. For BBC News Pidgin, we know say you fit do anything if you think I'm well. To make your life better, go bbc.com/pidgin.
Osun Choices 2018. Soon it begins. An epic battle between different ways of seeing the world. But whose job is it to keep the peace on election day? Find out in this year's action-packed blockbuster, the Osun State election. To find out more, visit votenotfight.org for more on your choices as a voter and getting your PDC. Or call 0800-1000-500. Make the right choice for Osun State. A message produced with support from NDI, USAID, and UKAID. Choices 2018. To find out more, visit votenotfight.org for more on your choices as a voter and getting your PDC. Or call 0800-1000-500. Make the right choice for Osun State.
Alright, thank you so much for staying with us. Still on to the historic debate, the Osun 2018 Deputy Governorship debate taking place right in the studios of Rave 91.7. For remember that you can follow us anywhere you are, anywhere in any part of the world, online on www.ravefmng.com, on Facebook, or Facebook Live, and also on Instagram. Just look for our handles at Rave 917. I think you can also use the hashtags to join this conversation as ask your questions on our social media handles using the hashtag RaveFM 2018 election debate and hashtag Osun 2018 election debate. Well, going back to the gentleman and lady in the studios here, this question I'd like you to answer it just in a minute each, and it's about what will be your priority project that you think within the first year of your administration you've elected into office will have a huge impact on the lives of the people of this state in terms of roads and maybe other projects that you think will be your priority in your first year in office. Professor, I'll be with you.
Thank you. I'll talk about roads, but our priority project will be job creation. Job and wealth creation.
Within the first year?
Within the first year. Within the first 12 months, our target is to create 200,000 gainful employment through private initiatives and public-private partnerships. We want to bring in investors from local environment and internationally. But in terms of roads, we want to open up our rural roads because agriculture is very key to our programs. Rural roads must be opened up. Rural electrification is very key. Then other roads leading to the state capital. We need to people going to Iwo from Osogbo should not struggle to get there. People coming from Ilesha to Osogbo should not struggle. The Osogbo Ilaudo.
Thank you very much, Professor. All right. Well, Honorable Benedict Olubeyala, what will be your priority project in your first year in office?
Thank you. Like the Prof said, that's what job creation. We have to continue to empower our people. Our first priority will be to create more farm settlements so that our farmers could move their subsistence farming to commercial farming. We want them to enjoy the economic scale of their production so that they can have benefit for their labor. This we have started, and this is accommodated by the World Agricultural Institute, the IITA, the partnering with us at really to ensure that we have five settlements. This is what we want so that our agricultural product could be so much that we can sell to the world and also create an agro-allied industry, small schemes that can take their produces and be able to convert them, hand value to them, and sell to the world. We will do that. Then roads, rural roads, very important. And that's what the whole land has been doing.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Yemi Lawal, looking at Osun at the moment, which roads and all projects will the administration consider top priority in your first year?
Thank you. The first priority is payment of salaries and settlement of all areas. That is the first thing we are going to work on because the laborers must not suffer. Then the second one is to focus on all other sectors as it affects the development.
Within your first year in office?
Yeah, we are going to focus on everything. We cannot neglect any sector. Education, we are going to work on return our school uniforms and ensure that when people begin to buy uniforms from our markets, it improves the economy. Now on the roads, we are going to open up all the township roads. We are going to dialyze and ensure that we have motorable routes from Ilesha to Osogbo, from Osogbo to Iwo, from Ife to Osogbo, so that all the urban centers are properly built up. Then the rural roads must be well maintained. Then when you go to the farm settlements, you must ensure that the roads are motorable to allow people easy passage to the farm settlements, to allow good easy movement of goods and services from the farm settlements to the urban centers. So as regards, we are going to ensure that we open up all the roads, all the urban centers in Osun State, and ensure that they are all interlinked.
Thank you very much. And now to Honorable Albert Adiogu, what will be a priority project, roads or other ideas within the first year in office?
In the first 1 year, there's a nexus between our economy in Osun State, education and agriculture. The concern of our government is how to stimulate these young men into farming. It's very, very important because today, to improve the economy of Osun State, we need to go to a sector that can accommodate a large chunk of unemployed people. And that is why we are thinking about agriculture very, very germane in driving the economy of Osun State. Beyond that, we also look at the issue of education, because in stimulating the economy, we need to do right things at the right time. For instance, teachers are paid a salary. For instance, civil servants are not paid, pensioners are not paid. These are the people who can stimulate the economy. In the first 1 year, we are going to see with the labor how we are going to drive these things. For instance, when we come into the office by God's grace, November 27, we start full salary.
Thank you very much.
Authorize
retired Justice Olabide will be a priority project in the first year in office.
Thank you very much. My principal and I are like-minded, and we have not hidden the fact that welfare is our priority. Therefore, we are going to start by paying up all salary, restoring full salary to all categories of workers. Secondly, full payment full payment of pensions to all pensioners, so that we can bring back smiles to their faces and remove their life from drudgery. Next, we need to upgrade our health facility. A friend of mine lost a grown son last week because he was transporting him. The child took ill and he was transporting him from Ikiru to Osogbo. For crying out loud, why should one have to travel from Ikiru to Osogbo to get Medicare? We want to ensure, like the Yoruba says, Ilera Loro, that all our medical centers are upgraded. And education.
Thank you very much. Now, this is John Cha. Hand over to my co-moderator, Daniel, to speak and ask you questions about some issues as it affects our people at the grassroots. ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú àtúntúnú láti ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìtàkùrọ̀sọ lọ́jọ́ tòní. èyí tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wá nílé ọ̀rọ̀ ti pọ̀ nínú ìwé kọ́bọ̀ lọ́jọ́ tòní. A ti sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ètò ẹ̀kọ́, a ti sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìdàgbàsókè iṣẹ́ òde àti ìgbòkègbodò ọkọ̀. Àsìkò ti tó láti sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀yẹ wa láwọn ẹsẹ̀ kùkú káàkiri. Ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ adájọ́ fẹ̀yìntì Fọláhàn Olóyèdé. Àwọn èèyàn pé ìjọba òní wọ́n ti gbìyànjú lọ́pọ̀ lórí kádà ọ̀nà àti ìpín kìíní kan lọ́nà bàbá ọ̀nà lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta pé àwọn ọ̀nà àwo dámẹ́nu àwọn rí nílùú Òṣogbo káàkiri ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn èèyàn wa lẹ́sẹ̀ kùkú láwọn ìlú kéréje àwọn náà fẹ́ tó ilé ìjọba wò. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ló ń kúrò láwọn ìlú kéréje káàkiri tí wọ́n ń gbọ̀nà Èkó, tí wọ́n ń gbọ̀nà Ìbàdàn, tí wọ́n ń gbọ̀nà Òṣogbo páwọn náà fẹ́ rí ìgbé ayé tó nítumọ̀. Ìbéèrè mi ni pé kí ni ó jẹ́ àfojúsùn yín lórí ìdàgbàsókè àwọn ẹsẹ̀ kùkú àkọ́kọ́? Ẹ̀kejì, kí ni ó jẹ́ àfojúsùn yín lórí ìwà gbọdẹ́kan káwọn ọ̀dọ́ máa di gbádàgbọ̀n kí wọ́n máa kúrò láwọn ẹsẹ̀ kùkú káàkiri? Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ ẹ́ pé ẹ fẹ́ ṣàǹfààní fáwọn èèyàn láti lọ dáko, ẹsẹ̀ kùkú wọn ti ń dáko. Kí ni ó jẹ́ àfojúsùn yín láti rí dájú pé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ìdúró sáwọn àlọ́ ọjẹ́ méjì bóò láṣẹ so àwọn ẹsẹ̀ kúkú ìmọ̀ ìgboro bóyá a ṣe pẹ̀lú títì ni o bóyá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í ṣe àwọn ìdàgbàsókè síbẹ̀ àti bóò láṣẹ rí dájú pé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wọn ò mọ dígbàdàgbà kúrò láwọn ẹsẹ̀ kúkú ìkáàkiri ayéfẹ́ ìjọba yìí.
ẹ ṣeun àkọ́kọ́ kẹ́ tó lè solve problem tẹ́ bá fẹ́ solve problem ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mú kí ló ń fà ìṣíkúrò ńlé lọ sí àwọn ìlú ńlá nǹkan tó fà á ni pé ọ̀dọ́ nílò iṣẹ́ òun náà fẹ́ ìgbáyé gbádùn ìjọba ADC fẹ́ mú ìgbáyé gbádùn tọ àwọn èèyàn ẹsẹ̀ kúkú lọ ni nítorí pé kí ni èrèdí tá a fi ń ṣe ìjọba nínú ìlànà àtẹ̀lé ṣèlú tá a mọ̀ sí 1999 constitution jẹ́ kó yé wa pé nítorí ìgbáyé gbádùn gbogbo mùtúmùwà ni a ṣe ń ṣe ìjọba àbí òṣèlú nítorí náà principal ni Alhaji Fatai Akínbádé ní Ìfẹ́dayọ̀ ní ìjẹta ó ń fi dáhùn àwọn ará ọ̀rá Ìgbómìnà àti Ìfẹ́dayọ̀ lójú wípé àwọn máa ṣe ètò ọ̀gbìn tí à ń fi katakata ṣe tó pọ̀ mechanized farming téèyàn bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe yẹn o gbọ́dọ̀ la ọ̀nà sí àwọn ìgbèríko lọ sínú àwọn oko o gbọ́dọ̀ faná ọba síbẹ̀ tí àwọn èèyàn bá o dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ pèsè gbogbo nǹkan amóyédìrún sí àwọn ìletò àti ẹsẹ̀ kúkú tó yẹn bá ti wà mẹ́ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ òní máa ṣí kúrò ńlé tó yẹ pé o lè call anywhere o lè wo television o lè ṣe WhatsApp o lè ṣe email o lè ṣe whatever is being done in the towns in the cities in your local environment kí ló tún kù nípa líla ọ̀nà àti pípèsè nǹkan amáyédẹrùn sí àwọn ẹsẹ̀ kúkú a rí pé iṣẹ́ á pọ̀ sí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ á ṣiṣẹ́ oko tàbí food processing agro allied bóyá òun gbin nǹkan ni òun kórè ni òun lọ rà ń bẹ̀ ni kò ní nira fún àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ìyẹn jẹ ọ̀gá mi lójú púpọ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ pé àwọn máa dá àwọn factories bíi sí into the 3 zone tó ti máa tú àwọn tractor wọ́n làwọn máa import tractors tó ju 2000 táwọn èèyàn máa lò àwọn èèyàn á lọ sí technical school lọ kọ́ bó ṣe ń lo àwọn tractors yìí pé tractor kan èèyàn 4 láṣiṣẹ́ ń bẹ̀ tó bá import bíi 4000 tó ń sọ 4 times 4000 ẹ wo iye tó ti gbà síṣẹ́.
ọ̀gbẹ́ni Yemi Lawal kí ni ó jẹ́ ètò yín fún àwọn ìlú wa ní ẹsẹ̀ kúkú.
ẹ ṣe gan-an lótú ní ẹsẹ̀ kúkú a rí i pé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ especially wọ́n máa ń fẹ́ mú kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ sí ìlú ńlá kò sí ìdí méjì tó ń fa ilé ju wípé gbogbo àfojúsùn àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ni wọ́n lè rí bá ní àwọn ẹsẹ̀ kúkú yìí nígbà tí ọ̀dọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí òun ṣe wà nísìnyí tó bá ní kí ló mọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀ kúkú tí mo ṣiṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ tí mo fẹ́ ìyàwó bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ò sí lè rí digital ìròyìn lọ tí ò sí ní tí ò sí access sí gbogbo nǹkan mèremère tó yẹ kọ́dọ̀ gbádùn ó di dandan kí n ronú bí ìṣèpadà lọ síbi tí ọjọ́ ọ̀la mi tí ó ti wà taken care of so fún ìdí èyí tí a bá lè make sure pa bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kí èèyàn ní ó yẹ kí abẹ́sọ̀kọ́ maternity centers ó wà níbẹ̀ fún àwọn ọ̀dọ́bìnrin tó fẹ́ mọ bímọ ká make sure pa àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké láti reduce maternity rates for children under 5 years a gbọ́dọ̀ provide proper health care facilities ní gbogbo ẹsẹ̀ kúkú yìí education báwo ni ọ̀dọ́ nígbà àwọn teachers wọn níbẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀ kúkú kí ni standard education tí wọ́n provide fún wọn lẹ́sẹ̀ kúkú ṣé náà ń bí ẹsẹ̀ kúkú báwo ni security ẹsẹ̀ kúkú aláàgbà provide security ìjà provide security tó nítumọ̀ fún wọn lẹ́sẹ̀ kúkú there are issues wà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ pé àjà lórí ìbánijù lórí ilẹ̀ lórí iná lórí àwọn kí gángan ìjọba ń ṣe láti rí wípé ọkàn gbogbo tí ń gbé lẹ́sẹ̀ kúkú balẹ̀ bọ́kàn tí ń gbé lẹ́yìn ìlú ló ṣe balẹ̀ ètò lórí omi pipe one water gbogbo alamọ̀ páwọn àrùn kéékèèké tí wọ́n ṣe ìrìnjù ara omi ló ti wọ́n wá ìjẹ́ wọ́n ń provide omi sí gbogbo ẹsẹ̀ kúkú gbogbo àwọn nǹkan la gbọ́dọ̀ wò àwọn ilé ní ìfọkàn ọ̀dọ́ balẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wù mí tí mo gbé wájú yìí lónìí ọ̀dọ́ ni mí mo mọ̀ wípé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tó jẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ mi mo mọ ibi tí ìyà ti ń jẹ wá ibi tí àwọn aṣíwájú wa bá dé ìgbìyànjú dé lónìí nígbà tẹ̀mí ń dàgbà èmi dàgbà sẹ́sẹ̀ kùkù apò mi mo ti dàgbà omi ẹ̀rọ mo mọ́ mú ìgbà mo ń dàgbà nígbà òyà náà gbé pure water dé ṣé ọ̀dọ́ tẹ ní ó mọ ìgbà bóyá 10,000 naira ń sálárì tó ti fìdájì ẹ̀rá omi tí ó mú bó o lè ṣe fẹ́ survive so ó di dandan kọ́dọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ wá ibi tí ó ti mú oríwó gidi gbà.
ẹ ṣeun ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n adé olódúró tó yìí kí ni ó jẹ́ ètò ẹgbẹ́ ADP fún àwọn ẹsẹ̀ kúkú wọn káàkiri ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun.
tí a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹsẹ̀ kúkú a gbọ́dọ̀ gbé mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ọ̀gbìn torí pé ẹgbẹ́ Action Democratic Party ADP ẹgbẹ́ oníwèé ohun tí a fẹ́ ṣe ni pé a fẹ́ kí ètò ọ̀gbìn kó jẹ́ nǹkan gbòógì nínú iṣẹ́ ìjọba tí a fẹ́ ṣe torí a fẹ́ kí Ọ̀ṣun jẹ́ ìlú ìpínlẹ̀ tí ó mọ bọ́ àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tó kù ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ọ̀nà tá a gbé gbà ni pé àwọn ẹsẹ̀ kúkú wa àwọn ìletò wa wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ yanrantí a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe iná fún wọn ìyẹn là ń pè ní rural electrification ó ṣe pàtàkì fún wa a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ọ̀nà fún wọn tí ẹ bá lọ sí àwọn ẹsẹ̀ kúkú wa mo ti lọ sí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀mí ó fẹ́ bọ́ngbà tẹ́ bá fi padà sílé ẹ̀yìn ó ti fẹ́ kan a gbọ́dọ̀ la ọ̀nà fún wọn tó jẹ́ pé nígbà òjò nígbà ẹ̀rùn wọn ò lè rí ọ̀nà rìn ìkẹta ni pé a gbọ́dọ̀ sọ ibi táwọn ọmọ wọn ti lọ sílé ìwé ilé ìlera tí wọ́n lọ ń tà tí ẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe ni pé a ní wọ́ọ̀dù tá a ní lọ́sùn jẹ́ 332 wọ́ọ̀dù kọ̀ọ̀kan gbọ́dọ̀ ní ń tà pé ní primary health centers àwọn ẹsẹ̀ kùkú náà wà nínú àwọn wọ́ọ̀dù yìí tí kò fi ní ní wọ́n lára a fẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ tí a fẹ́ ṣe epo pupa revolution epo pupa revolution cashew revolution ìrẹsì àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ tí a bá fẹ́ ṣe a gbọ́dọ̀ rí pé àwọn ẹsẹ̀ kúkú wa wọ́n dùn gbé níjọ́ wọn mọ ní à ń jayé lóko bí àwọn ìjòyè ní a fẹ́ kí àwọn tí ń bẹ ní ìletò wa káwọn náà mọ jayé bí àwọn aráàlú ṣe ń jayé tí a fẹ́ kí wọ́n jayé jaráàlú lọ kí ara lè dẹ̀ wọ́n tí a bá fẹ́ mú ọ̀rọ̀ àgbẹ̀ lọ́kàn dúdú.
ọ̀nẹ́bù abátàdé ògún kí ni ó jẹ́ ètò ẹgbẹ́ yín ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP fún àwọn ará ẹsẹ̀ kúkú.
ẹgbẹ́ PDP ní agbára Ọlọ́run tá a bá ti dé ìjọba ẹsẹ̀ kúkú jẹ wá lógún tá a bá bèèrè lọ́wọ́ ara wa kí ló dé tí àwọn èèyàn kúrò wọ́n sí ìgboro àwọn àǹfààní tó wà ní ìgboro kò sí ní ẹsẹ̀ kúkú wa aláti mú àwọn àǹfààní tó wà ní ìgboro lọ sí àwọn ìletò tí iná bá wà ní ìletò tí omi wà ní ìletò tí ilé ìwòsàn wà ní ìletò ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọgbà ni ó ń gbé àwọn tó jẹ́ pé ó ṣe àìsàn tó ń rin bíi 100 máìlì kẹ́tọ́rì ìwòsàn gbà tí ìjọba bá ṣe ilé ìwòsàn tó yẹ pé ó péye sí ìletò ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kùkù àwọn ènìyàn ní wá sí ìgboro ní agbára Ọlọ́run tá a bá ti gba ìjọba iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ tá a bá ti mú ní ọ̀kúnkúndùn àwọn èèyàn á wà ní ìletò tó bá rí owó tí ìjọba tó fi omi tó kọ́lé fún àwọn èèyàn tó wà ní ìletò wọn ò ní wá sí ìgboro tí iná bá wà rédíò tá ń gbọ́ yìí gbogbo bíi bátìrì nìkan náà fi ń gbọ́ kò sí náà ẹ wá ní ká má wá sí ìgboro ìjọba tiwa ìta fẹ́ ṣe ni pé àní ya ìlú kan sọ́tọ̀ pé ìjọba tó wà ń bẹ̀ Òṣogbo nìkan ní wọ́n fojú sí àní kí kápítà bá dà àná àá ṣe iṣẹ́ wa lé kápítà ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ilé tó wà yìí pé ká bójú tó wọn ó jẹ́ pé àní máa ṣí àwọn èèyàn kúrò ní ẹsẹ̀ kòkò tàbí ìletò wá sí ìgboro ìjọba wa á fojú tó àwọn gbogbo nǹkan tí mo dárúkọ yìí wípé iná iléeṣẹ́ tí ìjọba bá fi àǹfààní sí àwọn ìletò àwọn ènìyàn wá sí gbòòrò tí wọ́n ríṣẹ́ ṣe kò sẹ́ni tó gbogbo àgbáláyé ìsìn kò sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ máa gbé ìgboro mọ́ bí kì í ṣe orí oko rural area.
ọ̀nẹ́bù Benedict Alabi kí ni ètò ẹgbẹ́ yín ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC fún àwọn ẹsẹ̀ kúkú.
ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ mo fẹ́ kí akọ́kọ́ lọ́wọ́ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Rave Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá ẹni tí ó sì fi takuntakun ní ìdíyẹ nípa àkọ́lé ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ní bí tá à ń sọ yìí táwa àwọn nǹkan tó ti gbé sí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tí à ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ẹni pé ó ti gbìyànjú ó dá ètò ìfẹ́fẹ́ mi tí wọ́n ra àwọn ní pé àwọn ìjọba àgbáyé ló fún ọ lọ́wọ́ láti jẹ́ kó ṣe ọ̀nà tí mo ti ọ̀nà òdìrí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ilé ìkó wa tó bá wọn ìgbà náà jáde síta ó dọ̀ tó ti dá ìgbésẹ̀ sílẹ̀ tí wọ́n di dúpẹ́ ilé ìkó tí àwọn ilé tẹ̀lé wa gbé láti wà ṣàyẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kó wà nínú ìgboro tí táwọn ìdálẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tààrọ̀ wà ń bẹ̀ ìgbà ohun tó gbé òde wọ́n ti gbé ìgbé ọ̀dọ́ta wọ́n fẹ́ ní jẹnẹrétọ̀ wọ́n jẹ́ kí wọ́n gbé ìgbé tí à ń gbé nínú ìlú wọ́n gbé nínú oko tó ìgbéga kúndùkú àlùmọ́ àwò láti gbé láti lè ṣiṣẹ́ yìí. mo sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ pé a tún máa dá àwọn iléeṣẹ́ ilé ìfowópamọ́ ní àjọ allied industry tí tí àwọn máa fi tó nǹkan ọ̀gbìn wa tó máa fi nǹkan fi kọ́ wọn tọ́jú kó jẹ́ nǹkan tó máa ṣe ń lò kíákíá gbogbo tó máa jẹ́ kó ṣe ń tà láti tọ́jú tó ju nǹkan bàjẹ́ àtàwọn tí wọ́n pé àwọn tó fi àwọn tó wọ́n ṣe láti jẹ́ pé ìgbówó wọn á pọ̀ ju ìtàǹtà ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó lè lọ. eléyìí ni àwọn nǹkan tí àwọn láti ṣe láti jẹ́ kí àwọn ẹsẹ̀ kòkò kó jẹ́ ibi tí ó wù àwọn láti dúró sí. mo dàgbà pé tàbá wo ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ń sìn àti pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ètò ìwù ṣe ìgbà pé òkùnkùn ó dùn ún lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ síwájú sí a tún máa ní bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ náà sí ìtàkùn ìtura constituency kọ̀ọ̀kan láti jẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn wọ́n ti kó àwọn gbẹgbẹ́ gbé ọ̀gbẹ́ àgbẹ̀ láti lè máa ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ wọn tí àti ẹgbẹ́ bí wọn á lè kọjú àtọ́jú akọ́wọ̀n láti lè tàn síta kọjá ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun sí ibi gbogbo eléyìí ni àwọn nǹkan tí a fẹ́ ṣe ọ̀hún ti ń ṣe.
ẹ ṣeun ẹ já sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ètò ọ̀gbìn gbogbo wa la gbà pé a lè sọ̀rọ̀ ẹsẹ̀ kùkú ká mọ̀ sọ débi ètò ọ̀gbìn ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀pọ̀ èèyàn ló pápá jùlọ lórí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ètò tá à ń ṣe nílé iṣẹ́ wọn bí ló jẹ́ pé wọ́n pè wọlé wọ́n pa òun fẹ́ dáko àwọn òbílẹ̀ dáko ẹ já béèrè pé àkọ́kọ́ lórí ètò ọ̀gbìn kí ló jẹ́ ètò ìkọ̀ọ̀kan àwọn ẹgbẹ́ yín lórí bóun làwọn èèyàn ó ṣe rí ilẹ̀ dáko ilé ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì béèyàn bá rí ilẹ̀ dáko ó yẹ kí ìrọ̀rùn wà lórí àti dáko ó yẹ kí ìdánilójú kan ti wà pé bí mo bá dáko ìtàn kì í ṣe pé mo dáko ṣòfò kì í ṣe pé mo dáko fún ẹyẹ oko láti jẹ. ìbéèrè mi kejì ni pé alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ bó làwọn èèyàn ti rílẹ̀ dáko kí ni ó jẹ́ ètò yín lórí àti rílẹ̀ dáko ẹ̀ẹ̀kejì kí ni ó jẹ́ ìdánilójú tíjọba ó fún ọ̀dọ́ tó ṣe tán àti dáko lórí pétọ̀ pọ̀ ọba lọ dáko yóò nǹkan báyìí láṣẹ ìjà àwọn ilé iṣẹ́ ó tiẹ̀ mọ́ wà láwọn ìlú kéréje káàkiri tí ó lọ gba ọjà lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí ń dáko láti lò fún ìpèsè nǹkan míì tí wọ́n tà síta kí ni ó jẹ́ ètò ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ ọ̀nẹ́bù Albert Adéògùn kí ni ó jẹ́ ètò ẹgbẹ́ yín ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP lórí ìrílẹ̀ dáko ẹni ẹ̀ẹ̀kejì ìdánilójú fáwọn tó bá lọ dáko tó tó bọ́ bá ti ń dáko ìtàn àǹfààní báyìí ni ó wà fún tó bá gbìn kí lè tó ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP.
ìjọba PDP ní agbára Ọlọ́run ètò àgbẹ̀ ń ṣe pàtàkì fún wa nítorí pé àgbẹ̀ náà bá ó jẹ́ nǹkan tá a mú ní ọ̀kúnkúndùn gíríkì ìjọba ó máa gba ilẹ̀ àwọn acquire land fún àwọn èèyàn wa ìjọba ló ní agbára láti fi owó sínú nǹkan báyìí tíjọba gbalẹ̀ tó sanwó fún àwọn tó nílẹ̀ ìjọba máa ń fún àwọn ilẹ̀ fún àwọn tó fẹ́ dá oko ìjọba tún ní àǹfààní láti àwọn tó fẹ́ dáko ẹ̀ka kan ní ẹ̀kọ́ bó ṣe ń dá oko nítorí lẹ́ẹ̀nì àlè sọ pé àgbẹ̀ wà tó gbogbo àwọn ọmọ nípa bó ṣe ń dá oko nǹkan tí wọ́n máa gbè lórí oko pàápàá ìjọba ló máa fún wọn lẹ́yìn bàtà bá ti dá lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bó ṣe máa ń gbé nǹkan tó gbé tábà káàkiri sì tọ́ba wùdí gbé àgbàdo sí ní ojú kan wọ́n lè gbẹ bí mẹ́wàá síbẹ̀ tó pé wọ́n ní ẹ̀kọ́ kò ní ju bí méjì sí mẹ́ta lọ ìyẹn ló máa jẹ́ kí nǹkan tí tó máa kórè lórí ẹ̀ á lè pọ̀ àtúrí pé a máa ní ìtàmákùdé community board tó pé èrè oko alọ́mọ àràdọ́wọ́ àgbẹ̀ tó pé tí àgbẹ̀ bá rí nǹkan tó gbè ní ọdún ìta ní ọdún tó ń bọ̀ kò ní lè gbé nǹkan tó ti ṣùgbọ́n ìjọba máa ní board tó yẹ pé ìgbìmọ̀ tó.
ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n adéolúdúró tó yìí kí ni ó jẹ́ ètò ìgbé òṣèlú ADP fún ètò ọ̀gbìn àárín lẹ́nu àǹfààní ọ̀dọ́ nídánilójú bí wọ́n bá lè dàgbà.
ẹ ṣe ohun tí a fi ètò ọ̀gbìn wa nínú ẹgbẹ́ Action Democratic Party tá a fi rọ̀ là ń pè ní GAP Promotion of Good Agricultural Practices. ohun tí a fẹ́ ṣe ni pé tí a bá ti dé ìjọba ṣẹ́rí a fẹ́ pèsè ilẹ̀ a ti ṣe ìwádìí ilẹ̀ tí a ní lọ́sùn tá a gbìn kankan sórí rẹ̀ ó lé ní kìlómítà tá a bá tún lò pọ̀ kìlómítà 300 kilometres of uncultivated land ló wà lọ́sùn àti ṣèwádìí ni àwọn ilẹ̀ yìí a ṣetán láti pín fún àwọn tí ó bá fẹ́ ṣe iṣẹ́ ọ̀gbìn tá a bá ti déjọba a ó kọ́kọ́ sáré ṣe ìpàdé a fẹ́ mọ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa tó fẹ́ ṣe iṣẹ́ ọ̀gbìn a fẹ́ mọ ibi tí wọ́n ti fẹ́ ṣe àti bàbá àtọmọdé ni o ibo ni wọ́n ti fẹ́ ṣe ta ló fẹ́ gbin ẹja ta ló fẹ́ gbin ṣe òwò ìkùrọ̀ ta ló fẹ́ ṣe wo ewédú a wà bá wọn lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bí wọ́n ṣe ṣe àwà fún wọn nílẹ̀ kí wọ́n á ṣe ní nìkan ohun tí a tún fẹ́ ṣe ni pé àwọn farm settlement wa àwọn tí wọ́n mọ̀ gbé oko àfẹ́ ṣe tí ó dùn gbé tí ó ṣe gbé bí mo ṣe sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ a wà rí i pé nínú ọ̀gbìn tá à ń pè ní cash crops a fẹ́ gbójúlé kòkó cash crops cashew and oil palm a ti ń bá àwọn ITA àti àwọn iléeṣẹ́ ọ̀gbìn ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́dọọdún a máa fi 3.5 million cocoa seedlings ohun tí wọ́n máa gbìn fún kòkó tí ó wù láàrin ọdún méjì a máa fi sílẹ̀ fún àwọn tó ń gbé ọ̀gbìn lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ so a kò máa fún wọn ní 3 million cashew seedlings àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣe cashew àti níbi tí wọ́n ti fún wa ní tí wọ́n gbìn tí ó tètè wù and 1 million oil palm seedlings ṣe rí nílẹ̀ Malaysia epo pupa ní gbé ìjọba wọn ró afẹ́ oil palm revolution lọ́sùn.
ẹ ṣeun ọ̀gbẹ́ni Yẹmí Lawal kí ni ó jẹ́ ètò ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú SDP bẹ́ẹ̀ bá láǹfààní àti déjọba lórí ètò òògùn bóun làwọn èèyàn rí lẹ́nu bóun ìdánilójú ọ̀rọ̀.
ẹ ṣe olóòtú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú SDP ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́sìn yóò kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ níta ń pè ní ìsọdọ̀tun lóde iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ kí là ń pè ní ìsọdọ̀tun ìwọ̀n pípọ̀ lójú mẹ́ta làwọn ṣáàgbọ́n pé ọ̀nà pé alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ní ilẹ̀ téèyàn ń fi dáko bí ò bá sílẹ̀ kò sí ní téèyàn ó ṣe so a sì mọ̀ pé ìjọba lónìí rẹ̀ bákan náà la rí pé ilẹ̀ tí bẹ́ẹ̀lẹ̀ ó pọ̀ gidi gan-an kí ìjọba kó ní kó wá bí ó ṣe ní pèsè ilẹ̀ fún àgbẹ̀ àwọn sì ti ṣetán láti pèsè ilẹ̀ fún àgbẹ̀ pẹ̀lú rẹ́kọ̀dù ta ní arípa àwọn àgbẹ̀ tí ń bẹ ní Ọ̀ṣun lọ́wọ́ báyìí ó jẹ́ bí ọgbọ̀n méje tó sì jẹ́ pé ilẹ̀ tí wọ́n occupy tí ó jẹ́ arable land tó ṣe é fi dáko ó jẹ́ bí 20 hectares so fún ìdí èyí I realize pé ilẹ̀ ṣì pọ̀ nílẹ̀ rẹpẹtẹ káwọn àgbẹ̀ wá lè occupy tí wàá ní pé káwọn open ẹ̀ up fún àwọn àgbẹ̀ láti lè dáko nígbà tá a bá open ẹ̀ tán ó dandan káwá provide èso tí wọ́n lọ mọ́ ọgbìn sí orí ilẹ̀ nígbà tó bá gbé èso tán a gbọ́dọ̀ wá fún wọn ní ètò ẹ̀kọ́ bá ṣe kọ́ wọn bó ṣe jẹ́ pé gbogbo bí wọ́n ṣe mọ process àwọn orí oko lórí bọ́n ṣe ní access sí àwọn machineries tí wọ́n fi ń dáko bá ṣe kọ́ wọn bí wọ́n ṣe mọ ṣe tó fi jẹ́ pé èso tí ó lọ jáde bẹ̀ yóò ní ìtumọ̀ lẹ́yìn yẹn láwàá fún wọn ní fertilizer ní ọ̀nà tó jẹ́ pé a subsidize ẹ̀ kò ní jẹ́ pé gbogbo wàhálà rẹ̀ yóò wà lórí wọn nígbà tá a bá ṣe yẹn tán tẹ̀sán wọn bá jáde ńkọ́ bóun ni wọ́n ṣe mọ̀ ta a gbọ́dọ̀ pèsè ọjà tí yóò sùn mọ́ gbogbo àwọn ìgbèríko wọn tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo àwọn tó ní ìdí àwọn èso tó bá jáde láti orí ilé oko wọn tí wọ́n sì mọ̀ rà tí yóò jẹ́ bí we call it market centers a ní ìgbèríko bíi mẹ́sàn-án báyìí tán ti open a gbọ́dọ̀ make sure pé gbogbo ìgbèríko ló ní market center tí wọ́n ti mọ̀ ta ọjà wọn lẹ́yìn yẹn gbogbo èso tó bá jáde ẹ̀yẹn wọlú cash crops tabade orí bíi mango epo ní àsìkò tí èso mango náà jáde lásìkò tí èso mango náà jáde ó máa ń pọ̀ débi pọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹnu ó bàjẹ́ a gbọ́dọ̀ wá àyè láti make sure pé ibi tí wọ́n mọ̀ store ẹ̀ sí ó wà.
ẹ ṣeun ká tó tẹ̀síwájú ẹ jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ dojú ọjà mú nígbà tá a bá padà dé a fi ìṣẹ́jú kọ̀ọ̀kan dáhùn béèrè kan tó ṣe pàtàkì níbi fífi ìdánilójú fáwọn tó lọ dá ẹ já dojú ọjà náà bọ̀ láìpẹ́.
The state government of Osun, through SLOGO, a state and local governance reform project established with the aim of improving public financial management of the state, is here with us. Activities of SLOGO include aiding public procurement system, efficiency in management of public funds, internal and external audit, and other financial reform programs. SLOGO hereby calls for the cooperation of all to attain good governance in the state of Osun. For further inquiries, please call 0803 503 7859 or visit slogo.osun.gov.ng. Slogo, transparency and accountability. This message is brought to you by Slogo, assisted by the European Union and World Bank.
Good people of Osun, it's time time for freedom. It's time to take back the wheels of our dear state. A vote for PDP is a vote for freedom. A vote for Ademola Adeleke is a vote for rejuvenation of the economy of Osun. Is a vote for workers' welfare and pensioners' space for retirement. Ademola Adeleke will create jobs. PDP will put smiles on the faces of indigenous contractors and make life meaningful again through qualitative education policies, intra and intercity road construction, and other homegrown development policies. Vote Senator Ademola Adeleke for governor. Vote PDP for progress.
PDP power!
káàbọ̀ padà kẹ́ ẹ mọ́ bá gbàgbé torí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ṣe darapọ̀ mọ́ wa orí ìtàkùrọ̀sọ àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣe igbákejì gómìnà lábẹ́ àṣẹ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú márùn-ún ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni a wà lórí iléeṣẹ́ Rave 91.7 FM tó balẹ̀ ságbòdo léwò lóṣogbo. ẹ mọ́ gbàgbé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ADC wà ń bí pẹ̀lú adájọ́ fẹ̀yìntì Fọláhàn Olóyèdé, ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ADP wà ń bí pẹ̀lú ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Adéolú Dúrótoyè, ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC wà ń bí pẹ̀lú Honourable Benedict Olúgbóyèga Àlàbí, ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP wà ń bí pẹ̀lú Honourable Albert Adéògún, ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú SDP náà sì wà ń bí pẹ̀lú ọ̀gbẹ́ni Yẹmí Lawal. orí ètò ọ̀gbìn ńlá wà ká tó lọ sójú ọjà mo sì ní a fi ìṣẹ́jú kọ̀ọ̀kan dáhùn ìbéèrè tó kàn yìí. nígbà tí ìjọba ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ralph Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá dé ìjọba wọ́n ní àwọn fẹ́ fún àwọn àgbẹ̀ ní ìdánilójú pé tán bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ṣe nǹkan ọ̀gbìn bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ṣètò ọ̀gbìn yín tán á ṣe ọjà ńlá kan tẹ́tí wá máa ta àwọn nǹkan ọ̀gbìn yín táwọn ó máa kórè kó láti lọ tún tà kẹ́ ẹ lè jèrè gọbọi. ìbéèrè mi ni pé Dágbólu lónìí kí ni ó jẹ́ ètò ẹgbẹ́ yín lórí Dágbólu níbi tó yẹ kí ọjà òun wà táwọn èèyàn lọ mọ́ ta èrè oko wọn sí nítorí pé àwọn èèyàn gbọ́ ńgbà náà inú wọn sì dùn sí ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀dá owó awo lókun ó ṣeé ṣe kó ti ṣàdínàgbò òkú fún àti tẹ̀síwájú ètò Dágbólu. kí ni ó jẹ́ ètò ẹgbẹ́ yín ṣé ètò tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ní Dágbólu ńgbà náà lọ́hùn ṣé yóò tẹ̀síwájú àbẹ́ ẹgbẹ́sẹ̀ lé ẹ pé kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ àbí bóun gan ni ó jẹ́. ẹ jẹ́ n bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ Honourable Albert Adéògún kí ni ó jẹ́ ètò ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP lórí ọjà èrè oko tí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ralph Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá tí wọ́n ṣe sí Dágbólu. ìṣẹ́jú kan.
ẹ ṣe olóòtú a rí i pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé àwọn owó ọ̀dà sóni lórí tí wọ́n ṣe yẹn torí pé kò sí èrè lórí tí wọ́n ṣe lórí tẹ̀ dárúkọ yẹn. ìjọba ti wá níta máa ṣe ni pé a máa fún àwọn àgbẹ̀ ní àǹfààní ipe board tí wọ́n máa ra ọjà wọn ó máa wà. ẹ tó bá fẹ́ rà tá a bá ní ọjà ní gbogbo ẹjọ́ tí ń ṣe àgbẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn ló máa ń bá àgbẹ̀ ni ibi kan wà tó ń pè ní ìlànà tẹ́ bá ń lọ sí Àbújá wọ́n ń ṣe iṣu wà ń bẹ̀ bí tíṣu bá bẹ̀ sí jáde ní ọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́ta ẹ̀ á rí àwọn trucks tó máa wá káàkiri tó wá ń kó iṣu wọn kì í ṣe pé ká kéèrè bí.
ẹ ṣeun adájọ́ fẹ̀yìntì Fọláhàn Olóyèdé kí ló jẹ́ ètò ẹgbẹ́ yín lórí ọjà Dágbólu.
ẹ ṣe púpọ̀ mo kọjá ní area Dágbólu lánàá mo rí i pé ìgbẹ́ ni ọjà Dágbólu wà kódà èèyàn lè pe irin láńbẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ìjọba ti wá àti káàkiri ìgboro ìlú Òṣogbo àtọlọ́run dárí pé kò sí ọjà ńlá nítorí náà a máa sọ Dágbólu di ọjà àgbáyé. àwa tún máa ṣe free trade so àwa òun ṣe rí Ọ̀ṣun kì í ṣe tẹnìkan gbogbo wa la ní Ọ̀ṣun project téèyàn kan bá ń bá bọ̀ kò dẹ̀ ń ṣòwò anybody owó gbogbo wa ọrọ̀ àjọ ni wa náà fi ń ṣe project téèyàn kan bá ń bá bọ̀ tá a bá rí kódà wa máa build lé ní foundation téèyàn ìjọba kan bá ti fi lélẹ̀ tó bá da à build lé à gbélé à mọ́lélé so ọjà Dágbólu a máa túnṣe a máa sọ di ọjà ńlá fún Òṣogbo tọ̀nà trade fair a máa open ẹ̀ fáwọn èèyàn tí ọ̀nà gbọ̀ngàn tí ìjọba Ọlágúnsóyè Oyinlọ́lá fẹ́ ṣe ń gbà yẹn tán káńsì a máa ṣe ọjà máa pọ̀ iléeṣẹ́ àtàkùmọ̀ sábà
ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Adéolú Dúrótoyè
sábó a máa pọ̀.
kí ló jẹ́ ètò ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ADP fún ọjà Dágbólu àti bí àwọn èèyàn ṣe máa ta èrè oko.
ọjà Dágbólu tí wọ́n gbé kalẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ èrè oko a ó túnṣe a ó jẹ́ kó ṣiṣẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n kì í ṣe bẹ̀ nìkan làwọn èèyàn mọ̀ ti tọ́jà bẹ́ẹ̀ bá dé Ọ̀fà Tẹ̀dó náà ọjà kan bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ta ó túnṣe gbogbo ọjà tí àwọn àgbẹ̀ ó ti lè máa rí ọjà tà nílùú òyìnbó à ń pè kankan ní farmers market ibẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń kó èrò oko wá a rí i pé gbogbo ibi tí wọ́n ti máa tajà látúnṣe kí wọ́n ṣèyún nìkan a máa gbé tírẹ́ẹ̀nì lẹ́ẹ̀kan lọ́sẹ̀ ọjà tá a bá rí tà lọ́sùn ẹ̀jẹ̀ akólé èkó ká lọ tá a fẹ́ kówó èkó wá sọ̀sùn wá náà ni a ò ní kówó ọ̀ṣun lọ sí èkó mọ́ láéláé. ẹ ṣeun
Honourable Benedict Olúgbóyèga Àlàbí kí ni ó jẹ́ ètò ẹgbẹ́ yín lábẹ́ ìṣèjọba ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ralph Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá náà ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò Dagboro kí ni ó jẹ́ ètò tiyín bẹ́ẹ̀ bá láǹfààní àti déjọba lórí Dagboro.
ẹ ṣe mọ̀ pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ yìí pé continuity ìgbà fẹ́ ṣe continuity ìgbà tó continue ní pé ìtọ́ wà lẹ́kìnrin tó dáadáa tí ń ṣe lọ àtúnwájú fún gbọ́rọ̀ sí àti tí wọ́n fi àwọn nǹkan ìgbàlódé ní ìmọ̀lára nínú Dagboro rẹ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń bọ́ wà ní ó sọ pé kó ọ̀gbẹ́ni ìràwọ̀ ló ń gbé nípa àwọn àgbẹ̀ wa pé nǹkan kó máa ṣe ìgbé tó fi gbé kó tó wà láti Èkó láti lọ sí Àkàndá àti kó lọ sí Èkó tẹ́lẹ̀ gbogbo eléyìí ó ti sọ pé ó ti jẹ gbogbo ọjọ́ orí lónìí ṣùgbọ́n àfikún sọ lóògùn kí ó jẹ́ kí àwọn kankan tí a fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ tí kò sówó sọ̀rọ̀ tó kò sówó dáadáa mọ́ ní gbogbo àgbáyé tó pọ̀ tó wà ní Ọ̀ṣun state káwọn kankan káwọn lè ṣe wọ́n àwọn ibi tí a ní wà ta ọjà wa tí a bá ti gbogbo àti gbogbo tí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀rọ wa tó tọ́jú pípẹ́ ní gbogbo àwọn kan yẹn wá ṣe láti rí pé nǹkan ìgbìmọ̀ àwọn òkèdè wọn òfin tó ń tà dáadáa àti tó máa wá àwọn tó máa rà lọ́wọ́ dáadáa àti dákúlẹ̀ kó wọn tí kò gbọdọ̀ dọ́gba àwọn tó máa rà tó dọ́pọ̀ wọn rà ń bọ́ọ̀k kì í pé wọ́n rà àwọn onírà ọgbẹ́ta mẹ́rin.
ẹ ṣeun ọ̀gbẹ́ni Yẹmí Lawal kí ni ó jẹ́ ètò ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú SDP lórí ọjà Dagboro pàápàá jùlọ lórí báwọn èèyàn ṣe máa rírì òkúta.
ẹ ṣe gan-an ẹ rí i pé mo ti sọ ṣáájú wípé a gbọ́dọ̀ pèsè ọjà táwọn èèyàn ti máa rí èrò oko wọn tà ọjà Dagboro tó sì ṣe rè kì í ṣe pé kò yẹ kó function ó yẹ kó function dáadáa ṣùgbọ́n àbùkù kan bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn àgbẹ̀ gangan tó ló kéwòn oko wọn wá sọ́jà kí ni ọ̀la ṣe ní wọn lórí bóò ni ọ̀rọ̀ ọjà oko wọn bóò ló ṣe jáde sí ìjọpọ̀ débi pé yóò tó ń tà gan láti kó lọ ọjà so àkọ́kọ́ make sure pé a support àwọn àgbẹ̀ lọ́nà tí èrè oko ó fi pọ̀ dáadáa bó o bá pọ̀ ńlẹ̀ lákòódọ́jà ọjà ọ̀nà rẹ̀ á wà tún ṣe lórí gbogbo ẹni tí dìgbẹ́ báyìí á tún ṣe á sì pèsè ètò ààbò débi pé gbogbo ẹni tí bá ń kó èrè oko wá sí ọjà náà ọkàn wọn ò balẹ̀ débi pé kò ní sí wàhálà bí èrè oko bá pọ̀ látọjà láti inú oko wá ó di dandan káwọn èèyàn wá sọ́jà láti wá rà kí wá sí Dagboro nìkan presently báyìí adípa ní settlement 9 gbogbo corners ní area 5 ní Dagboro ní kiri káàkiri gbogbo ẹni.
ẹ ṣeun tó a kọjá padà sí èdè òyìnbó pẹ̀lú Fẹ́mi Ọlánìpẹ̀kun ẹ ṣeun ẹ kú àtúntò. Thank you very much Dayo. We'll be moving on to health now. Health is wealth, says that popular maxim. According to WHO recommendations, the budget of health of any state or country should be at least 26%. And when you look at the doctor to patients ratio, it should be 1 doctor to 600 patients. But then the reverse is the case here in Nigeria and in Osun State also. We're not meeting up to the WHO recommendation for health budget. And at the same time, doctor to patients ratio in Nigeria is like 1 doctor to 6,000 patients. Tell me, what would be your team's policy on health? What would you do differently to make quality healthcare accessible to the citizenry of this city, especially the aged, the women and children, and also the vulnerable? Let me start with Justice Olamide Oluyede.
Thank you very much. You recall that I mentioned earlier that a friend of mine lost his son, a grown son, recently because there was no provision of adequate Medicare in Ikiro, and in the process of bringing him down to Osogbo, the young man passed on. We want to upgrade all our health facilities to ensure that we bring affordable healthcare closer to our people, even in the rural areas. How can we do that? First, we must adequately motivate doctors. We must make sure that doctors are attracted to serve and practice in the rural area, maybe by giving them some perks that will attract them. Our hospitals right now are almost all what they are is like mortuaries with no life. We want to not just, before you think about recruiting more doctors, you first of all have to ensure that those on ground, their salaries and allowances are paid in full, they are motivated, retrained, their dignity is restored so that they can recycle, so that they are recycled to go back to work at maximum to optimize their capacity. Then we have to re-equip our hospitals. We have to upgrade our equipment, medical, and we have to provide drugs, and not just any kind of good quality, effective drugs. Our pharmacy, when my principal was SSG, they developed a factory, a pharmaceutical factory that has been abandoned. Nobody has made use of it. We are going to bring it back to life. We are going to recruit lots of pharmacists and chemists to work and microbiologists to work, thereby providing employment for our youth. All our local government services, hospitals must be restored.
All right, thank you very much. Professor Adeolu, what will be your team's health policy? How would you make health accessible and quality to the people of the citizenry?
Thank you. When we are talking of healthcare delivery, there are three levels: the primary, the secondary, and the tertiary. Secondly, when you want to deliver that, you need to talk about accessibility, you need to talk about affordability, you need to talk about quality healthcare delivery. And these are the three planks of our health policy in Action Democratic Party, ADP. Number one, we want to provide free health services. But before we do that, we need to take an inventory of our health facilities. In what state are they? We need to find a way of renovating them. Secondly, the health equipments, are they functioning? We need to refurbish the one we can refurbish. The ones that cannot be refurbished, we take them out. We are going to partner with an international organization, and we've been speaking with them already, who will give us, equipments to run our clinics. We need to motivate our healthcare personnel. Brain drain is a major issue now, and we need to ensure that they get paid on the 25th of every month, salaries and allowances, so that they will be motivated to do the right thing. We are also partnering with a body called Doctors Without Borders. They will come in once every month, in a year, to come and help us in our healthcare delivery. There will be promotion and prevention of an early diagnosis and management of communicable and non-communicable diseases. Information is key when it comes to the issue of health. We need to provide the right information for them. And also, we will ensure that we train some people that will be called medical technician corps. They must know how to repair our medical equipment. Many of our hospitals are littered with non-functional medical equipment because nobody to repair them. We will train a corps of young people to repair them.
Thank you very much, Professor. Honorable Benedict Oluboyege-Alabi, what would your own administration do differently, or how would you approach the healthcare delivery system in Osun State?
The APC government and also now the health for Osun State. When I was looking at I talked to the doctor and the board of Rave, I learned that for 8 years of the previous government, budget for nurses were more than 10 million. Why of them give them 700 million the first year of this administration to upgrade Rave? Today, for internal to see that we have autonomous facilities. And what we're talking about now is quality of job of service being delivered there. This has to do with managers who are being trained every day to improve on. Go around all our community, you see all the government establishment there, very good looks, making them look good to look like a good hospital that can provide services. And also we have it's fantastic good, free drugs in most of the common diseases and needs given to our people. The issue now is that we have no health affordable. We have no be close to people. When Madam was talking about our friend child that died and the time we have, but the fact is that government cannot do everything. Ikero is a big community. A lot of people live to oversee for medical checkup. You go to private hospitals, not necessarily government hospitals. So if Ikero does not have a standard hospital, maybe depending on the type of sickness that the child was suffering from. Some sicknesses have to travel, not only within Osun, outside Osun, to get the better treatment to. So most of these are not government fault. So we provide affordable health care services to our people, make it closer to them, and ensure that you also have quality facilities.
Thank you very much. Honorable Albert, what will be your team's healthcare policy?
Thank you, Odito. There are saying that health is wealth. Our government will introduce health insurance scheme for people under the 12 years old. Having done that, we're also going to introduce the state insurance thing. I want to tell you today that I don't think we have primary health center and comprehensive health center again. They are non-existent. The primary health center in most of the areas before this government took over, they are run by nurses, and the comprehensive ones are run by doctors. Today, you cannot really get veterinary spirit in many of them when they exist. It is a home that when we come to office, government will drive the medical manner that will give health to our people. But it is very, very important. Today, salaries are not paid to doctors. A lot of our doctors have deserted public institutions. It is our view that we ensure that salaries are paid to doctors, allowances, they are trained, they are given opportunity to be trained, and not only that, all the medical areas, we are going to employ new hands. More hands should be employed to assist the hospital. Today, the public hospital is the only one that is accessible to our people. Today, it is only the private hospitals that are functioning. We are going to reverse that situation. And government is concerned about the health of our people, because as I said before, health is wealth. And without taking care of the health of our people, there is no much you can achieve. So we are desired, by God's grace, coming to office to reference 7.
Thank you very much. Mr. Yemi Lawal, how would your team make healthcare accessible, make it qualitative, and then also make it affordable for the people of Osun State?
Thank you. Healthcare, the first issue we have today is the issue of salaries and wages. The first thing we're going to tackle is to ensure that the payments of salaries is always on time, and we must ensure that all other wages and the outstanding ones are equally paid. After doing that, we must find a way of ensuring that the healthcare workers are properly motivated for proper delivery of healthcare to the people. After motivation, we must talk about training. We must ensure that these people are properly trained. They are usually always trained to ensure that there is continuity of proper healthcare delivery. And after training, we must look into the areas of medical supplies to our various hospitals. How well do we have medical supplies available at various hospitals for these people to be able to take care of their own people? Then we must work on professionalism to ensure that we have enough consultants working in various hospitals. Today in Osun State, we have only 2 gynecologists. And we want to focus more on our women. We must ensure that they have access to proper healthcare delivery. When you have only 2 gynecologists in the population of over 4 million, almost 5 billion people in Osun State, how do you want to manage that situation? So we must encourage professionalism, make sure we hire more professionals that are able to handle various sectors. Now we must invest on our laboratories too, because the doctors cannot do it alone. All the other sectors must be equally invested in. So infrastructure-wise, we are going to invest massively on things to make the health sector work. Now we have to reintegrate the traditional health care so that people will have various choices on where to go. Then we must find a way of supporting the private sector so that the private hospitals that are scattered all over the place are equally empowered to ensure that they deliver quality health care to the people. Then we are going to talk on health insurance. We must ensure that we provide proper insurance on ground so that people will be able to have good access to healthcare delivery. And we are going to focus on our population. The population distribution is in such a way that we have younger generation. 0 to 9 years takes about 40% of our population today in Osun State. And 40% of our population means we have about 40% of the population that are vulnerable to bad health care. So we must ensure that we focus more on the younger people, the children, the kids, so as to reduce the mortality rates at that level.
Thank you very much. Well, let's move on to economic development at this point. And Professor Adeoludu Ruto, your DDP, I'd like to start with you. Osun is seen by many as largely a civil service state. Some dispute they say no, Osun is an agrarian state. They say, well, but then either way, they say the level of economic development is not where we should be. We've made some appreciable progress. That dynamic must change. What will be the major policy thrust of your team for economic development in Osun State, to move Osun beyond the civil service state to a state with huge industrialization?
When I was in the university in the 80s, I keep repeating this. Anytime we came home, we had jobs to do as steel rolling mills.